welcome to Rania Crochet Guide. Today we are going to work on this beautiful bolero jacket. You can wear this jacket on any dress. The jacket uses plum color yarn. This is 100% acrylic, and then I use a contrasting beige color floor and then a 1 button on the top. This is the bolero jacket. That's the back of the jacket, and this is the front. And I made this jacket to go with this dress. If you want to make the dress with the jacket, you can find the link in the description box, and you can find this dress on my channel. So let's start working on this bolero jacket. For jacket you will need plum color yarn. You will need 4 stitch markers. I am using just a piece of thread. You can use the original stitch markers. You will need a 4 mm crochet hook, and you will need a pair of scissors and 1 button to go on the bolero. So let's start. We have to make 56 chain. So here I have made a basic chain of 56 stitches. That is my basic stitch. Now I am going to add the additional 2 chains. Additional 2 chains, as I told you before in the calculations, that you have to make 2 additional chains. So these are those 2 chains. So 1 and 2. So these are total of 58 chains, and now I am going to make chain 3 to start the very first round. 1, 2 and 3. Now I have to make a shell in the 4th stitch from hook. 1, 2, 3, 4. To make the shell I will make 4 double crochets in the 4th chain from hook. So make first double crochet. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now make 1 double crochet in the next 18 stitches. In the next 18 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 and 18. Now in the next stitch I am going to make a shell, and this will give us a corner. To make the shell I will make 4 double crochets in the next stitch here. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. Here one thing I missed to tell you, that you can take your stitch marker and place in the middle of shell between those 4 stitches. Take your stitch marker and place in the middle of the shell. Do the same thing with the first shell as well. Shell that you have made in the first stitch. Now make 18. Now make 1 double crochet in the next 18 stitches. Here I have completed my next 18 stitches, and now I am going to make shell in the 19th stitch. For shell I am going to make 4 double crochets in the next stitch. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now take your stitch marker and place in the middle of the shell. Now make 1 double crochet in the next 18 stitches and make a shell in the last stitch. So continue making 1 double crochet in the next 18 stitches. Now I have completed my 18 stitches and only 1 stitch left, and in this last stitch we will make a shell with 4 double crochets. So make 4 double crochets in the last stitch to make a shell. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Excuse me for my pure voice, I'm having flu, so sorry about it. Now place a stitch marker in the middle of the shell. Just like that. Now we have to turn our work over. We will make chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and we will turn our work over. Now we have to do one thing. We have to see one thing, that we will not work in first 2 stitches before the shell. We are going to work directly in the center of shell, in the place where we put our stitch marker between those 4 stitches of the shell here. We are going to directly work on those 4 stitches of the shell. So in that space, don't work in those stitches, first 2 stitches, just go over directly in the stitch marker and work and make a shell with 4 double crochets. So place 4 double crochets here. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now take your stitch marker and place between those 4 stitches here, just like that, and then continue doing 1 double crochet until you reach your next stitch marker here. Continue doing 1 double crochet until you reach your next stitch marker. Here, when you reach to the center of the shell, we will make 1 more shell in the center of the, here where we put the slit marker, we are going to make 1 more shell with the 4 double crochets. So make 4 double crochets in that space. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now place your stitch marker in the center of this shell now, here. Just like that, and now keep working 1 double crochet in every stitch until you reach your stitch marker, and do the same thing. Make a shell in the place of stitch marker and continue doing 1 double crochet for the rest of round, and when you reach to the last shell here, you will make a shell where you place your stitch marker. So continue making 1 double crochet in every stitch, and then when you reach to your next stitch marker here, you will make one more shell and then place your stitch marker to your new shell, and then again continue doing 1 double crochet in every stitch across, and when you reach to your last shell, you will make, when you reach to your last stitch marker, you will make a shell here in the place of last stitch marker. So here I am reached at my last stitch marker, and I am going to make a shell in my last stitch marker here in the center of the shell. So make 4 double crochets to make a shell. 1, 2, 3 and 4. And now I will take my stitch marker and place in the center of the shell. And again, I am not going to work those stitches that are left after this. I am just going to change, I am just going to make chain 3 and going to start my next round, round number 3. One, 2 and 3. Chain 3 and turn your round. Turn your row. Like this. Now we are not going to work in the first 2 stitches that are before the stitch marker. We are going to leave them, and we are going to just going to straight work in the stitch marker place. So go in there and make a shell with the 4 double crochets. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now take your stitch marker and place in the center of that shell. And now repeat the same thing as we do for round 2, and when you reach at the end of round 3, remember that when you complete the last shell, you will make a shell in the center of the last shell. You have to stop working. You are not going to work in those leftover stitches after the shell, after the stitch marker. You will leave them. You will turn your work after, right after you make a shell here in the center. So follow round 2 and continue making 3 more rounds. I'll see you at the end of round 5. After completing 9 rounds, when you fold your bolero, it should look like this. I am folding one front shell on the back shell, just like that. It should look like this after 5 rounds. And now we will join, after this round we are going to join the shoulders. So how to join the shoulders? Chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and make a single crochet and make a double crochet in the next stitch here, and then make a slip stitch here in the center of the shell where we place the stitch marker, just like that. Now we will fold this over to the next stitch marker here, like that, and then we will make a slip stitch right here where our stitch marker of next shell is. Take the stitch marker off and make a slip stitch. Now should be like that, and now we have to make one double crochet in every stitch until you reach your next stitch marker. Keep making one double crochet in every stitch on the back side, one double crochet in every stitch. Keep making for all those stitches until you reach your next stitch marker. I have reached to the stitch marker, so what I will make a slip stitch in the space where I put a stitch marker here. Take your stitch marker off and then fold your work over to your stitch marker of the front side here, just like that, and then make a slip stitch. Leave all those stitches and make a slip stitch here in the center of the shell where you put your stitch marker. So take your yarn just like that. Sorry, I am having flu. And make a slip stitch. That's like that. Here I have joined my shoulders, and now I'm going to finish my work here for now. Cut the yarn, finish it here, just like that, and add this wrong side out, so I'll take the right side out by flipping it over, just like that. And now I'll join my yarn here. I'll join my yarn on the right side up on the corner of the shell here, on the very first stitch of the shell here. I'm going to join my yarn. Take your yarn and join it up here in the very first double crochet, just like that. Make chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and start the round. We will make one double crochet in the next space, and then we will make one double crochet in the next space available. In the same way, keep making one double crochet in every space you have, like this. Keep working one double crochet in every space. Here the pattern is quite odd, but we have to keep working one double crochet in every space that you see. 1 double crochet in every space. And here when you reach at the corner you find shells, so you have to make 1 double crochet in every double crochet. And when you reach here the shoulder joining point in this area, you are going to make a V stitch. So to make a V stitch we will make 2 double crochets. We are going to make 2 double crochets here in this space, and then keep working 1 double crochet in every stitch for the back side. Keep doing the same thing, keep working 1 double crochet in every stitch on the back side. Keep working, keep going, and when you reach here at this point of the other shoulder point, you will make a V stitch here as well. And by V stitch I mean 2 double crochet, and then you have to work 1 double crochet in every space you have until you reach up here, this point of the front side, at this point up here. Keep working 1 double crochet in every space you have here. So I have completed my round, and now I'll make chain 3 and then turn my work over. 1, 2 and 3 and turn my work over like this. And now I will make shell in the next stitch. By shell I mean 4 double crochet in one stitch. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now I will skip 2 stitches and then I will make shell in the third stitch again. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Again skip 2 stitches and make shell in the third stitch. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Skip 2 stitches and make shell in the third stitch. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Again skip 2 stitches, and before we have to make shell here, but we have to remember one thing, that when you reach here in the V stitch you have to make V in the center of V as well. So now we will skip those V stitches, and here in the center of V we are going to make one more V stitch. So double crochet. So here we will make 2 double crochets. The center of those 2 double crochets that we made here at the corner, we make 2 double crochets in the center of them, and then continue doing the same pattern as what we were doing. Leave in this shell, you can make in the next stitch you can make a shell. 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then skip 2 stitches and make a shell in the third one. So continue following the pattern for the rest of the round, and when you reach here on the V stitch you have to make one more V stitch in the center of that V stitch that we made on the shoulder joint, and then continue doing till the end. So here I have completed the round, and now I'm going to start my next round. Chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and now make a shell in the center of shell. Here 1, 2, 3 and 4 double crochets in the one place to make a shell. Then leave all those stitches and make a shell in the center of next shell. Here 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now again leave all those stitches and make a shell in the center of the shell. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now make a shell in the center of the shell. 1, 2, 3 and 4 double crochets in one place to make a shell. Now I have reached my V stitch here, that is 2 double crochet. So I will make 1 double crochet here in this double crochet, and then I will make 2 double crochets in the center of that 2 double crochet space. 1 and 2, and then I'll make a double crochet here on the top of that double crochet as well. And now make shell in the center of shell. So continue doing the same thing for the rest of the round. When you reached here in the where you made 2 double crochets, repeat the same step as we done on the other shoulder, and continue doing this and follow this round for 2 more rounds. So here I have completed the body of the bolero jacket. You can see these were the lines we have made recently, and then I have already made one sleeve, and now I will let you know how to make the other sleeve. So let's start working on the other sleeve. My yarn, and I'm just going to join it here just before the shell stitch, in that stitch that is just before the shell. I'm going to make a slip knot to secure it, and then join it here just before the shell, just like that. Now chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and then make 1 single crochet in every stitch across until you reach to your next shell. You have to work here. This should be your last stitch. You don't have to work in the last shell here. So we are going to make 1 double crochet in every stitch. One. Just keep making 1 double crochet in every stitch. Keep working 1 double crochet until you reach your shell of the other side here. You have to stop working just on that double crochet before the shell. Here I have completed my round, and now what we are going to do, we are going to leave this shell these stitches as well, and now we have to leave this shell as well, and now we are going to directly make a slip stitch on the top of chain 3, just like that, and we joined. And now you can see there is a hole, so don't worry about that hole. Once we complete our sleeve, we will sew this later on. This is our sleeve. Now chain 3 for the next round. 1, 2 and 3. Sunlight coming, so I am not sure how it's coming on the camera, sorry. And now we have to leave 2 stitches, and in the third stitch we are going to make a shell with the 4 double crochets. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now leave 2 stitches and make a shell in the third stitch. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now leave 2 stitches and make a shell in the third stitch again. 1, 2, 3 and 4. You have to make 4 double crochets in one stitch to make a shell like this. So keep working like this. Skip 2 stitches, and in the third stitch make a shell, and when you reach at the end here, make a slip stitch on the top of chain 3, and then again start the round. And after starting the round, you have to do the same thing as you are doing in the body of the bolero jacket. You will again, the second round will be same as there was the second round of the bolero jacket down. This shell you have to do the same work as you are doing for the bolero jacket's body, like this. You have to make shell in the center of shell. So complete this round, and after this round you have to do the same thing that you have done there, only you are not going to make these steps that you did done here. So complete this round, and I'll tell you what to do for next. To the end of round, and I have counted my shells, and I have total of 10 shells here. And now I'm going to leave after these 2 stitches that are left there, and going to make a slip stitch on the top of chain 3 here and join the round. Then again chain 3 for the next round and make a shell in the center of shell. Make 4 double crochets in that space. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So this is the same thing as we were doing before for the body. Now make one more shell in the center of next shell here. 1, 2, 3 and 4. In the same way, keep making shell in the center of the next shell, and when you get to the end, to the last shell, make a slip stitch on the top of chain 3 and join the round. So keep working like this, and you have to make a total of 13 rows of this shell. 1 row is already made, second row we are working on, and you have to make 11 more rows, and this will be end result. Your sleeve should look like this at the end. These are total of 13 rows. So complete this, and I'll see you at the end of when they are complete. Our jacket is done. I have completed my second sleeve as well, and only one thing left is the hole here, the space left inside the arm. You can see it from outside as well. This is the hole that we need to sew it. So you can use the yarn needle, or you can use crochet hook to sew this. You just need to take wrong side out like this, and then put those just like that on each other, and you can use the hook to sew them together, and you can use yarn needle to sew this hole and close it, and then take a button, take a beautiful button and place it here. So your jacket is ready. I just need to do some finishes stitching. I need to finish it off the loose ends, and then I need to put some flower on the top here. The final look of the bolero jacket, a cardigan. I put a contrasted flower on the top. It's double layered crochet flowers, and then I put a button, pearl button on this to go. So this is the final look. I hope you liked it and enjoyed my video. And this is the dress I made this bolero to go with. You can find the video for this dress on my channel on Rania Crochet Guide. And I hope you liked my video and enjoyed it. Please click on the subscribe button and like the video. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day. See you in my next video.